Hi everyone, I am here with a quick tutorial for you guys today. This is just going to be a simple hat pattern. Knitting, of course, not crochet. It is what I would consider a beginner pattern, but I'm not going to show you how to cast on, well, alright, I'll show you how to cast on a stitch. Let's see. I'm using Charisma yarn. I got this from Michaels, and the color is Willow. And it is really soft. I really like this yarn. It's newer to me. It is a bulky weight, and I am not one normally to use it, but I am finding that I do like this bulky weight yarn. And it's 100% acrylic, but it is soft. Definitely much softer than your traditional Red Hearts if you find those for acrylics. These are actually skin soft. Okay, so I am using a size 11 circular knitting needle, 16 inches. I'm actually using my interchangeables. You can use a fixed. Let's see, I have cast on 50 stitches, but for showing you guys how I do it, I hold the string connected to the ball and my pointer finger like this, and I wrap the other thread, the hanging tail end that you will tie off with later, like this. And what I do is I go take the needle in and around like that, and that makes a cast, and you just keep doing that. Like I said, I've already got 50 on, so I'm going to adjust my needle so I can show you the first section here. We do not want to twist this, otherwise you will have a non-functioning hat. Okay, so how I like to join these is I will pull this stitch over to my right and this stitch over to my left, and now it's joined. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to start with the ribbing first, the part that actually holds on to your head. Now I'm going to do a simple knit 3, purl 2 all the way around. So I'll show you how to do that. We're going to go in from this side, knit 1, knit 2, knit 3, yarn in front, purl 1, purl 2. You can see the pattern starting out there. And again, knit 3, purl 2. Now you're going to just go around, and when you get to the end, to your beginning there, you're going to do it again, and you will be stacking these stitches, so it'll create a ribbing. So we're going to continue that pattern, knit 3, purl 2, and we're going to do that all the way around, and I will show you that once I finish. I'm going to do about an inch of ribbing, so I will come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, here we are back. We did the ribbing. I did 6 rows of knit 3, purl 2, and I did my first row of seed stitch, which is knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and you repeat that all the way around. And once you get back to your beginning, you reverse that and do purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 all the way around. And right now I am on that row of the purl 1, knit 1. So I'll show you how to do that in case you don't remember. It's purl 1, knit 1, and we're going to do this all the way around, and you're going to alternate your rounds between your knit 1, purl 1, and purl 1, knit 1 all the way around, and we're going to continue that all the way around. You can see how it's making this stitch here. If you haven't seen it before, this is what the stitch will look like every 2 rows. We'll do that so it'll stack and it'll have all these little ridges on it. So we'll do that for a total of 8 inches from the brim here all the way up. And when you have that done, I'll be back and show you how to do our decreases. Okay, I am now at my 8 inches from the brim to the top start here. So I'm going to start our decreases now. And what we're going to do is knit 2, purl 1, and then purl 2 together. And I'm going to continue that all the way around this round. We're on the top here, so we'll do it again. Knit 2, purl 1, and purl 2 together. And like I said, we'll repeat it. Knit 2, purl 1, purl 2 together. Knit 2, purl 1, purl 2 together. The decreases on this are going to go pretty quick, so this cable is going to become harder to work with over time. You'll have to adjust it frequently. So continuing, knit 2, purl 1, purl 2 together. Knit 2, purl 1, purl 2 together. Okay, you see we have all this excess now because the stitches are getting fewer, so like I said, it's going to get a little more difficult where you gotta be a little more fidgety with it. So again, knit 2, purl 1, purl 2 together. Knit 2, purl 1, purl 2 together. Knit 2, purl 1, and purl the last 2 together. Okay, and you see that there's much less stitches on our needle, so we're going to adjust this again, get ready for our next round. Which is just knit 2, purl 2. So we'll knit 2, purl 2. Going to do this all the way around. This is a super easy and rather quick decrease pattern. You'll find it happens in 6 rounds, so we're on our second one now. I'm adjusting again, and I'm just showing you the whole process of this if possible, just so you can get an idea. If it is fidgety, it can be done, and it's really not that bad. We're still doing our knit 2, purl 2, and you can see yarn comes with some of these imperfections here, which is fine. It gives a piece character. You can cut it out and rejoin if you like. I'll leave it in most of the time as long as it doesn't show on the front side. Okay, and knit 2 and purl 2. So this isn't a decrease, this is just your regular growing round. So knit 2, purl 2. Our next round will be another decrease round. beginning stitches of our knit 2. Okay, and now we'll adjust again, and I will find my stitch marker so I know where I can pull through and adjust to, so just to make it a little quicker. Start with our purl 2, and then knit 2, purl 2, okay, last set, knit 2, purl 2. Okay, now we're on our third row of our decrease. And again, the cable is going to get in the way again this round because we're going to take more stitches off again. And we're going to do that by doing knitting 2 and purling 2 together. And just take your time with this. It can be fidgety, but it'll work out and it'll look good in the end. So knit 2, purl 2 together. Gonna repeat that all the way around. And we're to that little imperfection, and it's going to fall to the inside, so it won't be an issue. And time to adjust again. And we will be picking up with our purl 2 stitches here because we left off on the knit before we have to do our adjust. So we will purl these 2 together now for our decrease. And continue in our pattern of knit 2, purl 2 together. Knit 2, purl 2 together, knit 2, purl 2 together. Just a few more stitches. Knit 2, purl 2 together, and our last set, knit 2 and purl the last 2 together. And we are decreased once again. Now we are moving on to our 4th round of the decrease, getting close to finishing this project. Hopefully you had a good time following along with me, and you have a beautiful hat to show for it at the end. I would love to see what your creations are. If you guys would like to, send me a picture or anything like that, you can get me in the About section. It has information on how to get a hold of me, or you can leave it down below. I love seeing what you guys are up to and what you create. Okay, so now the 4th row, we're going to knit 2, purl 1. So this is not a decrease round, this is a sustaining round. So knit 2, purl 1, and we're going to do this all the way around. It'll continue to go quicker because we got less stitches on the needle. So knit 2 and purl 1, knit 2, and we're going to adjust again. I like when it gets a little closer to the end and you got less and less stitches on the needles. I do not like the cable curling up and fighting with me, but the rest of it is pretty exciting to see the finished project. Okay, we did the 2 knits, so we are going to purl 1. Be careful you don't get your stitches tangled there like that one was tangled up. Okay, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, and knit 2. Now I missed a stitch there when I adjusted, so you have to bear with me a second. And where I did that knit 2 last, this is my purl 1 and my ending stitch. Okay, now we'll adjust again and get ready for row 5. And this one's going to be just a little different, but it is yet another decrease row. This one we are going to knit 2 together and purl 1. Knit 2 together, purl 1. And this will be repeated all the way around. Knit 2, oops, knit 2 together, purl 1, knit 2 together, purl 1, knit 2 together, purl 1. Okay, and adjust my needles. Find my marking stitch so I know where the ending is. Okay, so we left off with our purl 1. So I'm going to knit 2 together, purl 1, 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 knit 2 together, purl 1. Now if any time I'm going too quick for you, feel free to slow the video down, or you could stop it, pause it until you get to the round and then continue, pick up where I had left off. Okay, I'm only going to put a few stitches on to do this section here, and we'll do a little at a time with you. This is our last round. You guys eager for this? You ready? Okay, so super easy. We are just going to knit 2 together all the way around. Just continually knit 2. And this will be our last decrease. Knit 2. And fidget with your needle as you must. Okay, and continue with your knitting 2. Make sure your stitches do not twist for you. And we're going to continue knitting 2 together. This really is an easy, fun hat to do. It doesn't take much concentration. You can just look down every once in a while at, your notes if you make notes for your decreases maybe. And makes a wonderful gift, let alone something special for yourself. Okay, so there we have it. That is the end of our decreases. You can see that there's a small hole. We started with 50 stitches and we now have 10. So we are going to grab our scissors, leaving a tail just enough for you to fasten off, to weave and fasten off. Maybe 8 inches, 10 if you like a little extra. See if I can do this on camera. Okay, we'll try to thread our darning needle or tapestry needle, whichever you want to call it. Easier said than done. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to continue in the same direction that we are going. I'm going to push our knitting needles through here just to make it a little easier. Get it to the edge and grab that needle, and we are going to just feed it from the right to the left and just pick up all these stitches right off your knitting needle. And then we're going to pull that yarn through and squish up the rest of these stitches here onto the needle and feed through from right to left, same direction we were going. And that is all of our needles, our stitches off their needles, which are now ready for another project. Pull that tight. You'll see that the top has a very nice pattern in it. I can tuck that little tuft away, and you see it's almost like a snowflake pattern there at the top of the hat. I really do adore it. I think it comes out beautiful. So what we're going to do is skip one loop here at the top and go down and through a couple, pull through just to keep that taut, pull it tight, jump over one and go straight down through and grab the needle on the inside of the hat. We're going to turn the hat inside out, pull the thread taut, and we are going to just weave in through a few stitches and back the opposite way and back in the opposite direction and again in the opposite direction. And that is enough to hold this in, and it'll withstand many washes, and you're good to go. The only thing you have left to do now is to turn your hat this way and back to right side out, and you can fasten off this last thread onto the inside, doing the same thing, flipping in and up and down just a few of these stitches, and your beautiful seed stitch hat is complete. I want to thank you guys for joining me in this tutorial. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. It does help. I am going to do videos for as long as I can and do tutorials as much as I can. They do take me a little while to get them done, and I do have some bad days, so definitely bear with me through this, but I hope you enjoy this, and hopefully this helps someone out there. And if you have any suggestions or comments, I'm grateful to hear whatever you got to say. Please leave them below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.